Well, a very good afternoon to you. Thanks for clicking on to today's edition of VOGAN'S Views on Europe from a wet and blustery Lennoxtown in central Scotland. It's actually a very different story compared to what's seen less than an hour ago. We'd just seen plenty of sunshine, patchy fair weather cumulus clouds, but now the angry skies, those heavy squally showers have burst through the area. I believe there was a flash and a rumble of thunder. And we are seeing the evidence of classic April weather that many parts of the British Isles are seeing today and have seen over the past few days. Plenty of thunderstorms, hailstorms are rumbling across the British landscape over the course of today. I'm going to have a quick look off the this is off the Meteor Group website, the current radar, and you can see here plenty of showers, even embedded thunderstorms across the British Isles. You can see that here across central and eastern England through the Humber estuary. You can see a pretty intense squall line pushing through, embedded thunder, lightning, hail, gusty winds as well, and it certainly is a pretty active day of weather. You can see that up across central Scotland. That's the area that I'm in here, just north of Glasgow. And you can see here generally pretty sunny skies actually across many parts of the country. But where those showers are, it certainly is coming down pretty hard indeed. I believe there's plenty of showers and thunderstorms. You can see here it's the intense reds, the little sails that are popping up, but the brighter colours indicate the more intense rain. Certainly by packing thunder, lightning, hail, very gusty winds as well, so those trees are going to get whipped around. But you notice here there's actually an interesting feature here at the very start of this loop here. You notice it decays, but there's a pretty substantial line here, a squall line extending down through Kent, and I've got a viewer, Leo, who's been saying that there's been some pretty intense thunder, lightning, hail across his area of Kent this afternoon. But it certainly is quite an interesting day. Where you're out with these showers and thunderstorms, there's certainly plenty of sunshine to be had. Temperatures feeling pretty warm as well. You notice the movement of these showers and thunderstorms. They're pushing down towards the southeast, so it's coming out of the northwest. That indicates a northwesterly flow aloft. Why are we seeing this activity? Generally, we've actually got a cool high pressure system in control, but in the mid to upper levels of the atmosphere is very, very cold. But down at the surface, where we're seeing temperatures warming up to 12 to 14 Celsius, that of course is enhancing the lift, the upward motion. As the surface warms up, it then of course forces the air to rise, and of course as it rises in the very cold mid to upper levels of the atmosphere, we're seeing this shower and thunderstorm activity across a broad area. Also notice here across many parts of south and western parts of Ulster, through many parts of central and eastern the Republic of Ireland, we're seeing these showers and thunderstorms. So it's across the board we're seeing this setup. You notice here there's actually a very intense band squall pushing across the Irish Sea. That's moving towards Blackpool and areas across Blackpool, Lancashire. So I'm sure later on this evening, if this doesn't start to die off, you will get hit by a pretty intense thunderstorm later on today. But let's have a quick look at the upper level chart of the ECMWF. This is the setup here. We've got a trough over the British Isles and Ireland. So of course we've got the cold air in the mid to upper levels of the atmosphere, but plenty of sunshine because of the high pressure. We're seeing that shower and thunderstorm activity across basically the entire region. But you notice here the lack of really warm air anywhere across the continent at the moment. We're seeing pretty unsettled conditions, troughiness dominating, a pocket of warmth over Germany and Poland as well. but really any true warmth is over the central and southern Mediterranean into the North Africa region. That is where you've got any substantial warmth. But certainly the models continue to hold on to the idea that we're going to see some cooler conditions. Notice the greens pushing through Scotland. Friday into Saturday, you notice here the progression of that green. By Sunday, it's actually interesting because we've got some blues starting to show up across Scotland. Sunday into Monday, the cold air is extending down through the British Isles. So those showers, folks, are going to start to become more wintry, down to lower levels by the latter part of the weekend and into early next week. So this is Monday the 16th of April. Certainly will be more in the way of wintry, but certainly across the higher ground over the next 72 hours, we're certainly going to be seeing sleet and snow. I heard a report, Liam Dutton of Channel 4 mentioned about of sleet falling at 200 metres around Bingley in North Yorkshire. That's around the North Pennines, of course. But certainly as you're underneath these heavy showers, the air is actually getting transferred rapidly from the upper levels down to the surface. So that's why you're seeing that temperature drop of 12 to 14 Celsius, sharply down to about 6 or 7 Celsius, within maybe even the space of a few minutes, 5-10 minutes at the very most, under those intense areas of shower activity. But certainly as the air starts to cool even more over the next few days, don't be surprised underneath those showers and thunderstorms that you might even see some sleet mixing with that hail, even down to low levels. It's just that transfer of air from the upper levels down to the surface underneath these intense showers and thunderstorms. But certainly keep checking back. Very much a sunshine and shower pattern for the next several days, turning colder as we progress through the weekend, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see some snowfall down to low levels, especially across northern parts of the British Isles by the latter part of the weekend. Stay tuned, I'll keep you up to date. Bye bye.